calls the 10 Commandments of successfully working with artists. And if you're a writer and you want to create comics and you want to work with artists, these are probably like the 10 best rules or commandments or guidelines that I could give people that might be interested. Which does take me to number 3, which thou shalt be prepared to pay for someone good. Having a written contract with an artist in which it is outlined that you will pay him or her for the work, that automatically sets you apart from most of the other aspiring writers who choose to spend their money on video games and DVDs rather than making comics. I could also legally protect you down the road too. When you get involved in pay, get involved in contracts. It doesn't have to be super fancy. You can go get notarized, get a lawyer, all this stuff you really want. But just have something in writing to protect yourself. And protect the artist as well. That separates you from a lot of people. Not like, yeah, man, I'll pay you. Man, you know, people hear that all the time, especially artists hear that all the time. I'll pay on the back end. You know, well, what if no money ever comes in? Do they get anything? What if you have created the next Walking Dead? The next Nightmare World, whatever it is. And it becomes this multi-million-dollar property. And you said you'd give them a back-end deal. What's that mean? You know, I mean, you could be in for money, you know, a serious situation. Money makes people funny. No one cares when there's no money. Doing it for fun, they're having a good time, cool. But money can make people really funny. So, I have a contract written up. And in this, you probably got to pay for, if you have to pay for someone you really like, so be it. Many, many years ago, it's in the book, this story I'm going to tell you. Went to Wizard World Chicago. Yeah, old school, man. Didn't know anything about anything. I went there because I wanted to talk to Axel Alonso. Axel Alonso is now the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comic. At the time, he was the editor of the Vertigo line over at DC. And he did these real cool horror anthologies, Flinch and Gangland and Weird Western Tales. And cool stuff, which is the kind of stuff that I wanted to write someday. And I was like, maybe someday I'll get to go write for Flinch, you know. And I didn't even know if he was going to be there or not, but I went there and you know, dressed up, looked nice. I wasn't a sweaty mess like I am now. And I went up there, and I went up to the DC booth. I'm like, hey, is Axel around? Like, see this well-dressed guy going up there, like, oh yeah, is he? You know, he's not here right now. He'll be back in a little bit though. What was your name? Oh, that's okay. I'll be back. Walked away. You know, he didn't have a meeting with me or anything. He didn't even know me at all. Second time went up, same thing. Oh, is Axel around? I came by earlier, said he'd be back in a little bit. I go get him, he comes out. I talked to him for a minute and I just poured it out. I'm like, listen, man, I know I can write. I know I can write. I can make great comics. I said, but I you know, and I don't know what the next step is. I don't know where to, you know, find artists or, I don't know how to do anything. Like, you know, help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope, you know. And he gave me the advice which I'm giving you now, which he told me. He goes, you know, you can spend your money on DVDs. You can spend your money on CDs. You can have a great CD collection. Right now, like an iTunes collection, whatever. So you can have a great video game collection. You can go out to the bars all the time. Or you can spend your money on paying artists to draw your scripts. And then you'll have comics. And you can show people your comics. And that will show that you write comics. How do you want to spend your money? You know, and it's a question to ask yourself. How do you want to spend your money? You know, to this day, I don't own like a bunch of video games or a bunch of DVDs or anything like that because you know, this is my hobby in a way. Now it's becoming my job. You got to spend money to make money. That's it. And there's been times in my life, don't get me wrong, where I didn't have the money. I talk about that in the book too. I found out that the house I had just bought was infested with termites and somehow passed inspection anyway. Ends up the realtor and the home inspector knew each other. That didn't help me. Termites are no joke. You ever seen the cartoons where like they eat the whole table? And like, that's what they do, man. It's like, my house was being held up by one support joist they hadn't found yet. I didn't have money for a while. I couldn't make comics. I couldn't afford to pay anybody, you know. You take care of what you got to take care of. But you do stock up the money. And again, what do you want to spend your money on? Are you serious about this? Save up a little money and you can afford to pick some money. Don't pay them outlandish rates. We'll get to that later.